What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. I'm going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. First, we're going to start with some propaganda. It's titled CDC announces COVID-19 cases could be on the rise. Oh man, you got to be real scared. They're also talking about how apparently our kids are twice as likely to die compared to any other first world country. Get you nice and scared right in the beginning. Then we'll be moving to some weather here. It's titled 89 million people from New York City to Denver are at risk of severe storms and flooding. So apparently all of us are going to get to experience flash flooding, so that's nice. Then we got a video titled Representative Maxwell Frost on what he saw at Alligator Alcatraz. As Democrats crying really hard about Alligator Alcatraz. What I think is really funny is how they talk about the toilets, because the toilet's got a sink on the back of them, and it's like your hand washing station / drinking fountain / shitter. Apparently they've never been to jail, because that's the standard toilet in every fucking jail, but it's not good enough for the border crossers. Then we got video title President Trump calls the Jeffrey Epstein files a big hoax. This is just a follow-up on all the Epstein stuff and all of that. Claiming it's made up. It's like Russia. Then he made another post on Truth Social talking about it. We're going to cover that. It's titled Trump's post on Truth talking about former supporters are the ones talking about Epstein. Then we got video titled Florida Daycare employee accused of abusing 6 infants. There's lots of stuff like that today. Just evil people, just not good. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. This one was provided by Sibo, and it's titled Smoked Her. Then getting back into the news, we got video titled Major Court Hearing Wednesday for Abrego Garcia. That's the poor father from Maryland that's actually a MS-13 woman-beating human smuggler. Apparently he's going to court today. They're talking about the possibility of him being released, but if he does get released, ICE is going to detain him because he has no legal status here. Then we got video titled Nearly 50 Arrested Following Federal Search Warrants Served Across Alabama. 50 border crossers picked up, and they were doing some organized crime, but not anymore. Then we got video titled DA faces backlash for dismissing charges against a shape-shifting sex offender. This dude looks like a zombie. He looks like the Walking Dead, and for some reason they won't keep him in jail. I don't know. Then we'll be wrapping up the news with Lefties losing it. This one's titled Democrats Blame Trump for Overeating. Of course, it's Trump's fault that they're fat. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. Then we got our first funny video of the day titled Why Are You Covering Your Body Cam? And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Handicapable, and it's titled Well Damn. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Russell? What's up, Zero? What's up, Mac Daddy? Happy freedom to you. And what's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, all of you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Ghostly, you were first today. I appreciate you racing in the chat, Ghostly. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Roy? What's up, Cheeky Chops? What's up, H Big? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Rotella? Happy freedom and belly ho to you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, Patriot Dad? Appreciate you joining us. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom. 10 Man, why are you not on the website? And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Now, I did make some changes to the Rumble player, nothing too big, but it says it can affect the rewind ability over on Rumble as well as latency. I don't know, but somebody was bitching earlier about Twitch having issues, and we'll see if these changes affect Twitch. Either way, what's up, Killer J? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for watching over on Twitch. And what is up, everyone over on the commie platform? Cheeky Chops, you were first today. Appreciate you racing to the chat. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tube Steak? What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Indy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Roberto? What's up, Patriot Dad? You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Let me see. What's up, Sassy Patriot? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom. Let me see. What's up, Freedom Liberty? And what's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And let's see, I don't know if anybody can access the chat over on X. I think the changes I made don't affect that. But either way, happy freedom if you're watching over on X. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, this first one, CDC announces COVID-19 cases could be on the rise. So we're going to start off with some propaganda here. They're going to tell you to be really scared. They're also going to tell you that all of our kids are going to die and all this other stuff. So we might as well just go ahead and cover this so we know why people are wearing 16 masks. The next time you go to Walmart, this will be why. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chat while we're watching this first video.
Center for Disease Control says COVID-19 cases may be rising in half of the United States. The CDC says a summer wave of COVID-19 cases are causing the increase, and new variants have come to America after surging in countries overseas. The largest rates have been found in the Pacific Northwest and the Southeast, Southern, and West Coast states. The agency considers COVID-19 activity as low based on wastewater sampling, although that is up from very low a week ago. The CDC says COVID-19 now surges during 2 periods each year, July through September and December through February. Meanwhile, a new study warns of the decline of children's health in the United States across physical, developmental, and mental health categories. This new study, led by Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and UCLA, shows children's health is declining in the U.S. It found American kids and teens were nearly twice as likely to die compared to peers in other high-income countries. Chronic conditions and mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and eating disorders have also sharply risen.
Okay, getting the propaganda out the way. Now COVID has 2 seasons. It's going to get you in the summer and in the winter. And kids are twice as likely to die here. I don't know. I think that's probably linked to social media to a certain degree on top of our shit quality food. I don't know. It's propaganda. It's there to make you scared. And like I said, we're just paying attention to it. So when you see people acting weird and afraid of things, well, now you know why. They're spreading that fear on the news. Then we got a video titled 89 million people from New York City to Denver at risk of severe storms and flooding. They're saying this storm that's coming is going to affect 1,700 miles. It's pretty much like from the center of the country all the way to the East Coast. I guess we're all going to experience floods. I don't know. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about being scared of COVID, as well as kids being twice as likely to die in our country. What's up here, Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Wastewater sampling, oh fuck, the poop is getting sick. Yeah, it's everything's making us sick. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. It's Wednesday. Everybody's writing Wednesday. Why do we spell it like that? Wednesday. What's up, Raider? Happy freedom to you. Raider, the science says BS, but the mainstream media and pharma won't let it go. Yeah, well, it's because people they're still, falling for the bullshit. And as long as people are buying it, they're going to keep selling it. That's how it goes. Ghostly. It mutated a while ago to the point it doesn't even kill anyone. No, let's see. Not even the very ill. The flu is much worse. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to get a blue banner on my video since we started like this. Oh well. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. Lick the like button. That's what I'm saying. Do the thing. Go and do the thing. What's up, FEMA region? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ball? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom. Roberto, hell no, not my kids. Yeah, see, and I don't know why they're wording it like that. I could understand mental issues with kids because they're all on phones now. They're all on social media. It's like 8 years old, and they're just up there, posting videos and watching videos and reading posts and doing all this stuff. And then now they got depression and they got anxiety and they don't want to be here anymore and life's really hard and oh my God. Now it's not good. It's not good for anybody, but it's really not good for kids. What's up, too old to care? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, we got the weather coming up. 89 million people from New York City all the way to Denver are at risk of severe storms and flooding. Normally, we don't cover the weather like that, but since we've been covering the flooding in Texas, and then for a day we covered the flooding in New Mexico, and I think yesterday we covered New Jersey or something like that. Well, now they're saying we're all going to get flash floods, so yay all of us. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
And today, severe weather is setting up to hit a stretch of the country from the Rocky Mountains to the Northeast. So you got to know about this. It follows flash floods that we saw in New York and New Jersey. We were talking about this yesterday on the show. This storm system ended up killing 2 people. Subways and streets across both states turned into rivers late Monday and early Tuesday morning following intense downpours. Meteorologist Max Paris is tracking this new outbreak for us. Max, what should people be prepared for right now?
Another round of heavy rain heading towards the Northeast, Marky, but it's not just the Northeast. In fact, we're tracking a 1,700-mile swath from just outside New York City all the way to Denver that has the potential for strong storms, including flash flooding, more damaging winds, with a focus across the western Great Lakes, like here in Chicago, where we do have a limited tornado risk today, and also the front range of the Rockies, like out towards Denver, Cheyenne, where, again, a couple isolated tornadoes are not out of the question this afternoon and this evening. Non-severe storms over Iowa right now. Those will enhance through the day as we do have a very hot setup. Temps in the 90s for much of the Great Lakes and Northeast today. Humidity fueling these storms as they blow up late this afternoon and this evening, with heavy rain risk pushing into the mid-Atlantic as well. Let's talk about the National Hurricane Center outlook for the tropics. Yeah, still a 40% chance that we could be talking about Tropical Storm Dexter forming in the next couple of days in the northern Gulf of Mexico, but likely going to be a heavy rainmaker. I don't think this is going to be a big wind maker, a weaker system if this forms at all, with 5 to 10 inches possible for coastal Louisiana by the time that tropical wave moves that way. But Marky, we could be seeing locally heavy hotspots by the end of the work week in coastal Louisiana, up to 15 inches of rain. Summer, of course, the peak season for flash flooding, and man, are we getting a lesson in that this season.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, well, it's bright and sunny here, so I don't know when the storms are supposed to start, but apparently it's going to affect all of us. Like I said, from the center of the country all the way to the East Coast, I guess we're all getting storms. I don't know, we'll see what happens when it happens. Next up, Representative Maxwell Frost on what he saw at Alligator Alcatraz. He's really outraged the border crossers not being treated right. I don't know. And again, they're being treated better than inmates in every jail I've ever been in, so I don't know what they're crying about. Apparently they've never been to jail before. It's coming up next. So first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about 89 million people being affected by the severe storm. Russell, I'm in the area. Half the country's in there. Area. We're all gonna get it, I guess. I don't know. I don't trust the weather. I take it as a grain of salt. It's probably because of where I live, but they always tell us it's gonna rain and then it doesn't. They tell us it's gonna be sunny and then it snows. They tell us it's gonna snow and then it rains, and that's just the way it is here in West Michigan because we got that lake effect and all of that. So the weatherman's always wrong. I never check the weather. The only time I look at the thing is to see how hot it's supposed to be. That's about as accurate as it gets. How hot is it? Otherwise they're always wrong about the weather, so I'm not really worried about this. But people, I guess, should take caution when you're thinking about what we covered in Texas with those floods. New Mexico had bad floods. New Jersey yesterday had floods for like 12 hours or something like that. So, you know, we should be cautious, I suppose. But I don't know. I just kind of take it as a grain of salt. Either way, reading through. Russell, New Orleans can handle that rain. Just go to the high ground. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the weather's not as bad as they're predicting. Mac Daddy just ordered a Hooligan Strong t-shirt. You're awesome. Thank you so much. What's up, Aco? Happy freedom. Patriot Dad stormed here in Illinois midday. Just made it more humid. Yeah, it's so humid here right now. Raiders, situation normal. Yeah, it seems like it. Totally care. Mother Nature is pissed. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Elder Zoomer, I'm going fishing tonight. Wish me luck and no flash floods. Well, good luck to you, Elder Zoomer. Hopefully the bad weather doesn't start today. Turbo, it's crazy when the weather makes the news. Yeah, we normally don't do that, but just considering on what we've been covering over the last week or so, figure we might as well raise some awareness that the whole east side of the country is going to get a flood, supposedly. What's up, Itchy? Happy freedom. Let it snow. I don't know. This is the first year where I've actually like kind of been sick of summer. It's never happened before. It's how I know I'm getting old. I am sick and tired of being fucking hot every day. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. I would much rather be cold than be hot. And I know that's not the popular opinion, but that is how I feel. I can't stand being outside right now. I have a hard time just sitting in the living room. I cannot stand being hot. It is just smoking me this year. Indy thundering here in Fort Myers. Well, hopefully it doesn't get too bad out there. Ball Harp. Yeah, I think Harp has something to do with it too. What's up, H&O? Happy Freedom. Russell, sad people, Joe. What are we talking about? Oh, here, Juicer. Had a F2 while you were in sad people jail? I don't even know what to say to that. Glad you're safe. Russell, naked feels good though. Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah. I suppose. I gotta wear clothes while I'm live. Picture dad fish bite before a storm. Oh, this give him some good luck. What's up, MU? Happy Freedom. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy Freedom to you, and thank you for rating us earlier today. You're awesome. Ghostly, I think it's normal summer storms like have happened every year I've been on this earth. Yeah, Ghostly, I'm hoping it's not as severe as they're trying to portray. 10 man. Ain't no high grounds in New Orleans? Well, hopefully it don't storm down there that bad. Like I said, next up, Representative Maxwell Frost on what he saw at Alligator Alcatraz. Apparently, some elected officials went to Alligator Alcatraz for a tour. The Republicans said it was fantastic. They have access to medical and AC and all kinds of stuff they get to do and have and whatever. But this is a Democrat telling the story, and well, it's not the same. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
We saw important conditions, a lot of crowding, 32 male individuals per cage. These people are being caged, 3 toilets per area, and the drinking water, it comes from the toilet apparatus in the cell. Not only that, but there is not enough resources and not really an ability for them to be able to speak with their legal counsel or lawyers. They had about 6 guards physically blocking us from entering the cages. We essentially could only look at it. But I gotta tell you, standing at that door and hearing from hundreds of people, help me, help me. One guy was yelling, call my family, tell my wife I'm okay. He started yelling a phone number. I couldn't necessarily make it out because it was too loud. I saw myself in those cages. It was a lot of people my age that looked like me. And when I was walking out of the facility, and I don't like to call it the name that they've given it, they're doing it to make light of it and sell merch. I'm not going to be part of that. As I was walking out, though, it hit me that I'm the first Afro-Cubano in Congress. I'm walking out of there thinking to myself, I'm going to be one of the only people that looks like me, that is Latino, that will walk into this facility and walk out on my own accord. And it goes to show exactly what this is meant to do. The administration is essentially trying to ethnically cleanse the country of Latinos, of Haitians, because I'll tell you, when I was in that facility, I didn't see any, Europeans who've overstayed their visa or anything like that. It was all Latinos, all Haitian people, and nothing else.
Well, where are they keeping all the Europeans that overstay their visas? They get their own facility? Is that what's going on? Is theirs better? This guy's a fucking idiot. I saw myself in those cages. Write it in a book, buddy. Go write it in your fucking diary. Stupid. So stupid. Crying about Alligator Alcatraz. The conditions sound better than the average jail here in America, so I don't know why they're always... And they specify on those damn toilets all the time. Nobody likes drinking out of the back of the toilet you just took a shit out of. That's normal. That's fucking normal. All the jails have toilets like that, so I don't know. And these guys got air conditioning and stuff. They're doing fine. This guy's crazy. He's off his rocker saying they're doing an ethnic cleanse on the country. What an idiot. They always got to make it about race. It's so stupid. Next, President Trump calls Jeffrey Epstein files a big hoax. Just keep doing the same thing, shouting out that it's fake. It's Russia. It was provided by the Dems. Jeffrey Epstein, he's never even been a real person. And then he also posted a huge post over on Truth saying if you're talking about the Epstein files, then you're a former Trump supporter, that you are no longer a Trump supporter. He's leaving you behind. We're going to play both. Well, the second one's a post, but we're going to cover both of them next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about that racist alligator Alcatraz. Zero, cry harder. Yeah, for real. Zero, why is he saying Latino like that? Because they think it makes them, I don't know, more of an ally if they throw a little accent on there. I don't know why they do that. They do it with when they're talking about other countries too. They'll throw a little accent on there to be like, they're on with it. They're cool. They're a part of. They're on board with what's going on. It's like, I don't know. I think it sounds stupid. It's like when people go to a Mexican restaurant, they only speak 2 Spanish words, and they say it to the waiter, and the waiter's like, oh, and then says a whole bunch of, couple sentences or a whole paragraph of Spanish, and then you're like, oh, no, I don't actually speak the shit. Well, don't fucking do that, because you look stupid when you fucking do that, and that's how I feel about these reporters, where they're like, Latino, da-da-da-da-da, and like, just throw a little accent on there. It's like, buddy, you just sound fucking stupid. Don't do it, especially when they're crying. So, oh my God, there's 32 people in a cage. They broke into the country illegally, but we need to feel bad for them. Throw a little accent on there. I'm an ally. Good for you. Good for you. Stupid. And again, and they didn't mention this, but they're only going to be there for 2 to 3 days. When they go to Alligator Alcatraz, it only holds 5,000 people. They have whatever the title is, people there who can be the judges of these situations. They could do due process in 48 hours and have them deported. They have their own little airplane strip so they can fly right out of there and send them right to the country that they're from, or whoever the hell will take these people. And that's it. So the conditions aren't that bad, and they're only going to be there 2 days. So they're fine. They're totally fine. But they don't want to mention that. They want to make it all about race and claim it's inhumane treatment and this, that, and the other. He could spend a week in jail and he'd feel different. I'm just saying. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zupia? Happy freedom. What's up, Creek Kiss? Happy freedom to you. Huge earthquake off of Alaskan coast. Tsunami warnings. Interesting. I haven't heard anything about that. Maybe we got more weather news coming up. What's up, Grinches, bro? Happy freedom. That's his I want to be deported accent. I think you're right, Grinches, bro. I think you're right. What's up, FEMA region? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Elisa? Happy freedom to you. They were in cages. Have you ever seen a jail? Yeah, this guy, I don't know. He's trying to dupe people that don't know shit. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. FEMA region, that guy said to tell his wife he's okay, not I'm being tortured. Yeah, exactly, FEMA region. He shot himself in the foot with that statement. Tell my wife I'm okay, but I'm living in inhumane conditions. Oh, all right. All right. What's up, Metal? Happy freedom. I hate these people. I don't know. They just be crying. Pumpkin, happy freedom. What a whiny baby he is. And he's not the only one. There's like a whole team of people that went in there and did a tour or whatever. And like what we saw in Newark, where those Democrats went to the ICE detention facility and the ICE agents were refusing to let them through the gated barricade area there, right? The threshold. And they started doing the belly buster, right? Throwing elbows to the ICE agents and all that shit. They were claiming that they're able to tour any prison facility without notice and all this other stuff. But these detention centers are not considered the same as a regular prison, which is why they have to give notice, like 24-hour notice, before they show up to do their tour. And that was the big controversial thing about what happened in Newark, where those Democrats, they're still going through their shit. The mayor of Newark, his case has been dismissed, but McIver, whatever her name, LaMonica, she's still facing those charges. All that stuff is similar to what this is. These guys did a tour in Alligator Alcatraz. They didn't force their way in this situation. They legitimately did the tour. But there's a team of them out there, of Democrats that are crying really hard about inhumane conditions, and then there's a team of Republicans that are out there saying, no, it's perfectly fine. They have air conditioning. They're doing all right. They're doing better than inmates in our jails and stuff like that, Americans sitting in jail. And so 2 very different opinions, even though they took the tour together. So it is what it is. Spin, spin, spin. Stoner Congress should be in cages. They should. Out there making bad choices and stuff. Turbo, I saw myself in those cages. We see you in there too, bud. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom. Stoner. They wouldn't let the Republican politicians see the J6ers. Yeah, and I don't know what their justification was for that, because, yeah, they should have let them. I remember Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene constantly trying to go see the J6ers and raise awareness about the conditions and stuff, and for some reason it stopped for like a couple of years. They just stopped doing that, but for a while they were really gung-ho about exposing what was happening to the J6ers. But they weren't allowed to tour the prison, even though they were in Congress, and it's within their duty and all of that. J-Dog, I'm pissed off today. Nah, it happens. It happens. Be a little spicy. Stoner, they treat our kids worse in juvie. Yeah, exactly. Well, those people, they're so used to being above the law that they kind of, you know, they don't realize what reality's like. Snooks, I think the gators are being abused and starving. I think you're right. They need to check on the gators. 10-man, the libs are calling Alligator Alcatraz slaughter camps. Seems like a cool place to take a siesta. They're saying they're concentration camps. They're saying Alligator Alcatraz is a concentration camp. Never heard of a concentration camp where people didn't die. Told the carrier, so sorry, illegals only get 3-star hotels. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Green Falcon? Happy freedom to you. Itchy, I'd rather drink that water than the Mexico water. Yeah, it's true. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom. Energy Woman? I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, Bill? Happy freedom. Tube Steak, you mean El Stupido? Yeah, El Stupido. That's right. What's up, PB Brown? Happy freedom. It's a Berserk. It's a country club. Yeah, the Dems, they're gonna go down there and drink margaritas with them, just like they did with Garcia. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom. Drama Queen reporter. Well, it wasn't just a reporter. He's a representative of sorts, and I've never heard of this guy. Let me look him up really quick. What is his name? Representative Maxwell Frost. This guy thinks he's the Weeknd. He was born in 97, so I mean, there's that. Let me see, what else can I find on this guy? Let's see what his X account looks like, because man, that'll tell you about all you need to know about a person. Okay. Those damn Antifa titties. I don't know if you guys saw what I posted on X, but I can't show you guys that on the live. Antifa had their tits out. It's not my fault. I was just spreading the news. And the boobs. Does this guy not have his own account? It's probably for the best. Maxwell Frost. Oh yeah, he does. Okay, make sure you guys can't see boobies or anything. This idiot, Congressman Maxwell Alejandro Frost. See, and I should through Alejandro, but no, it isn't gonna give me any brownie points here. Either way, this is him crying. This is him crying some more. Here's a stage that he used for crying, right? Crying to everyone. Nobody looks impressed. Not at all. And they're not wearing a mask. Grandma's gonna fucking die. That's too bad. Apparently he was always crying to this bitch on MSNBC. These two were buds. They scissored after this. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I'll keep this pulled up because I want to learn more about Representative Crybaby here. Either way, reading through a little bit more, like I said, next up, President Trump calls the Jeffrey Epstein files a big hoax made by the Dems, and then he put a big post up on Truth where he's basically saying if you're questioning about the Epstein stuff, you're no longer a Trump supporter. Snooks, I'm not gonna ask him if he's got pubic hair. I'm not gonna worry about that stuff. Patriot Dad, you sure it wasn't trans Tifa? That's what I said when I made the post. I was like, it's probably a dude. Those are commie boobies, you know? Stoner, I want to get a puppy and teach it to find truffles. Isn't that a pig? Can't you do that with pigs? I've never heard of dogs doing it. I don't even know what a truffle is, but I thought people did that with pigs. Can you have an emotional support pig? Is that a thing? MU, they have no idea or no clue what the real concentration camps were like. Yeah, if they're saying Alcatraz is a concentration camp, then they don't know what a concentration camp is. They're like, the daycare is a concentration camp. Like, okay. All right. Agent, no, I give you points for that. Nah, you're the best. What's up, Forbidden? Happy Freedom? Who names her kid Maxwell? Was his mom a big coffee drinker when she had him? It could. That's got to be it. It's got to be it. I've never met a Maxwell before. Snooks, be brave. I don't think wondering about another dude's pubic hair is brave necessarily. That's not a brave thing to me. I don't know. I think we have different opinions on what brave is. What's up, Energy Woman? Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. What is the Genius Act? They're about to pass it. It's going to allow the UN, WHO, and the WF total control over we the people. Again? Because didn't they just pass something like 8 months ago that was very much the same? It was going to give them authority over... It wasn't just recommendations. It was like mandates. They're able to dictate mandates the next time there's a pandemic or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. Energy Woman, Marjorie Taylor Greene was on Alex Jones yesterday squawking about it. I'll look into it. Let me copy your message here so I can check it out after the live. See what I can find about it. Too old to care. Fun bags, knockers, tatas. You don't have to just say boobies. I just want people to know what I'm saying. I don't want to use too much lingo here and have people confused. Zero above the cock. You guys are missing out if you don't have a website or if you don't have a membership to the website, because yeah. Zero, truffle, noun, a confection having a center of what? What? Any various edible fungi or the genus tuber that grow in the soil of southern Europe. The earth nut. Gave her that earth nut last night. Well, thank you for finding the definition, Zero. I appreciate it. Looking above the cock is something I've never been told to do before. That's something new for me. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we're going to cover both of these back to back. First one's a video, second one's a post from President Trump. But before we do, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. President Trump's kind of digging himself a hole here, especially with this post, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Once again, this is President Trump calls the Jeffrey Epstein files a big hoax. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements, we've had a great gentleman. Yesterday, as you know, went on CNBC and he made the statement that Trump may go down as the greatest president of all in the United States. And instead of talking about the things we've achieved. We've had tremendous achievement. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. I'd rather talk about the success we have with the economy, the best we've ever had, and all of the things we've done, including the Middle East. I mean, you see it. Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work.
Okay. Now, if you thought that was bad, you haven't seen anything yet. It's like I said, he put a big ass post. We read a huge post, I think on Saturday, that he put out about the Epstein files and stuff, and now he made another gigantic post. Getting right into this, it says, let me make sure I get this pulled up. It says the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at. It's all they have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike the Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters, and he puts past in capital letters, my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson, and probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 years, I've had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by the fake news and the success-starved Dems, is the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking on our incredible and unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. That's kind of shitty. That is kind of shitty to go out there and make a post like that. I don't know. I that's shitty to me. Say, I don't want your support. If you believe in the Epstein stuff, then I don't want your support. You're a fake Trump supporter. I know. Can you believe it? It's crazy. It's crazy sauce. Next up, Florida daycare employee accused of abusing 6 infants. More terrible news coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump calling you guys former supporters, as well as him being on TV claiming it's all a Democrat hoax. Here, Juicer, my only hope is that it's too powerful of a tool to admit that it's real. He shouldn't have talked about it so much while campaigning. He should have said it was fake back then. You know, he shouldn't have leaned on it so hard. And like I said, and I actually got the post. I just saw somebody else post this, and I reference it all the time. But I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see if I can find it really quick, so I don't have to say it. You can just hear him say it itself. Because like I said, I reference it all the time. Just let me find it. I scroll past all the boobies on X. You know, it's a thing. I know it's here somewhere. What's really funny is the person that posted this was actually using it as a reference to Trump saying he was going to release the files. But I use it as a reference to show how he stagger-stepped when he was asked about the Epstein stuff. Yes, Kat Daniels. Yes. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. I think the fan is going out in my computer. I'm hearing rattling. I hope not. That's always a pain in the ass to change those fans. Come on now. I know it's here somewhere. Am I really not going to be able to find it now? What did they do? Remove the post? Maybe they did. You gotta be careful when you're being honest about Trump. Some people don't like that. Damn, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it now. Life is like that. Either way, President Trump was interviewed by Fox Business, and they asked him, are you going to release the 9/11 stuff? And he was like, yeah. You going to release the JFK stuff? He was like, yeah. They were like, are you going to release the Epstein stuff? He was like, yeah. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of reputations and da-da-da-da-da. All this stuff. And stagger stepped. And I said something about it, and then everybody tried to eat me alive over it. And now we are sitting where we're sitting. So let me see if I can find this really quick. I don't know why it's fighting me. Because I would like to show him stagger stepping while all this is going on. Because when I said it, people were mad at me. They were mad. And I was right. And that probably makes people mad too. Damn, did they scrub it from the internet? Anyways, I think we're going to end up having to give up this search. Oh, actually, I just found it.
Classify JFK.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Classify JFK.
Now we're just going to watch this really quick. It's not the whole deal. But like I said, this is the video I keep referencing where you can see that when he's asked this stuff, he's like, yeah, I'm going to release it. And then they ask about the Epstein stuff, and he's like, yeah, wait a minute. No, I don't know about that one. So let's get through this real quick.
Files.
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least...
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It would be interesting to find out what happened there because that was a weird situation and the cameras didn't happen to be working, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I'd go a long way toward that one. The other stuff I would definitely do the January 6th because...
See, and then he redirects the conversation to talk about the J6ers and stuff, and they talk about that for a couple minutes. But anyways, he was kind of not really gung-ho to release the stuff, and now we are where we are. And he's saying that if you care about the Epstein stuff, you're a former supporter at this point. So, not good. Either way, like I said, Florida daycare employee accused of abusing 6 infants. It's coming up next, but we're hopping in the chat. Zero Area 51 caught on fire? That's interesting. Russell, we like boobies. I think everybody likes boobies. As far as I know, only commies don't like boobies. Zero, it's not a deal breaker for me either. I just want to see the arrests and the trials. Yeah, me too. Russell, yeah, but he's fulfilled every other promise that he's promised. Not a deal breaker for me. So are you guys saying you're letting go of the Epstein files because you don't want to be called fake Trump supporters or former Trump supporters? Ghostly, 100% a deal breaker for me. Fuck him. I hope the Dems fuck him hard. Well, they're all in on it together. That's the thing. Like, whether he's for it or against it or on the list or not on the list or went to the island on Christmas or whatever, nobody's doing right by us. Now, when it comes to that, they know that there was a pedophile ring. They told us all about it and then did nothing about it. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's entertaining, I'll tell you that, but it ain't justice. It's not justice. What about the victims? They don't ever talk about the victims. President Trump just keeps saying, well, Epstein's dead. Maxwell's in prison. Who cares? Well, that's what about the victims? You don't want to look into that? It was just these two? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like accountability to me, but either way. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom. Shroomish, Trust is gone big time. He's on that list. See, I don't know what to think about it. And I don't want to really assume one way or another about him being on the list or whatever. All I know is ain't nobody coming to save us. I know that. And I know that if shit gets tough, he's going to make a deal. That's how it goes. That's how this looks. right? They were going to release this. It was going to be a big deal. Pam Bondi promised it. And then they didn't give it to us, and now we need to shut the fuck up and go away. We're just a bunch of former Trump supporters. And like, oh, okay. Well, it sounds like things got hard, and he made a deal. And that's it. And so nobody on Capitol Hill gives a fuck about us. That's all I know. That's all I know. But I'm going to keep watching just to, make sure it's entertaining, but that's it. Beck Frank, if fake, then they'll release Ghislaine. Well, they're saying that she was like a liaison, and she was obtaining these minors and doing stuff to them and whatever. So she went to prison for that. And because she was caught doing that stuff, right? There was evidence that she was dealing with the minors and making the connections and being involved in inappropriate things. That's what she went to prison for. He was being in trouble for apparently being in possession of inappropriate child content. And that's what they're painting it up to look like now. They're like, well, he had a lot of videos of downloaded content. That's not what they were saying at first. That's what they're saying now, though, is that it was downloaded content. So they're blaming the internet. He used the internet to obtain this stuff. There was no victims, I guess, if he downloaded all of it, but he was in possession of material that you can't legally have. And he's dead, so they can't send him to trial or whatever. So they're like, oh, well, stop talking about it. Don't worry about pedophiles because they're not going to arrest them anyway. I don't know. It is what it is. Rappy, I just want justice for the victims. Yeah. Shroomish, the victims deserve justice. See, and the way they're talking about it as if there is no victims because it was downloaded content. And that's where the lines get blurry because that's not what they were saying before he got in office. The story has completely changed now. So, I don't know. J-Dog, that's it. They're telling us to sit down and shut up. Yeah, basically. Ghostly, yeah. I feel the same way. I don't know. Pedophiles need to go to jail. Corrupt people need to go to jail. And I want to see that happen. And I thought this was going to be a good example of that. Seeing some real justice. But instead, we have to shut up and sit down. Snugs, Trump is still supporting Ukraine when he said he wouldn't. Well, he's not gifting weapons to the Ukraine and stuff like that. NATO paid for the weapons that is shipping to Ukraine. But he's also saying that that's because of the way Putin's acting. He's saying, like, he could talk to Putin and say everything's fine, and by the time he gets off the phone, he's bombing Ukraine again. After he said he wouldn't. And so I think that he's trying to say, well, Putin doesn't want to make a deal if he's not going to make a deal, or he keeps pretending like he wants to make a deal and then turn around and bombs Ukraine. Well, then we're going to keep Ukraine in a position where they can continue to defend themselves, but we're not gifting them weapons anymore. NATO's going to pay for it. Now, I don't know about any of this shit. I don't know why they can't get the problem solved over there, but I don't know. That's supposedly why that's different. Hair Juicer, what about the 14 quadrillion terabytes? Yeah, and they're saying that's all downloaded content. Everything on the hard drive was downloaded from the internet. It wasn't recorded there. And they're also saying that there's nobody in the videos. Only the victims are in the videos. And I don't want to know more than that, but that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Thousands of hours of footage of the victim by themselves. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. MU, people got too much hopium. DC is dirty and it's really hard to stay out of the mud. Yeah. Told to care, pedos make the world go round. It definitely seems that way. Tony Rez, if forgetting the Epstein crap helps you sleep at night, hope Epstein visits you in your dreams. Yeah. Crick Kiss, no putting this fire out with a squirt gun. Well, I'm still wondering if this is all a ploy to get the Democrats to push for releasing the Epstein files. Yesterday we covered Hakeem Jeffries claiming that the files need to come out because the public deserves transparency and all this other stuff. But with Trump attacking his own base over it, that no longer feels like he's the plan, right? The plan they're always talking about. It doesn't seem like it's about Democrats at that point. telling your base to fuck off if they don't stop asking about the Epstein stuff doesn't seem to have anything to do with Democrats. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Grinches, bro. People working overtime to divide. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Dustin D? Happy freedom to you. Ramsey, Trump shitting on his base like this makes me think he found something useful in the files. Well, I'm interested to see what happens next. I know that. Crit Kiss, yeah. He's choosing to triple down on, yeah. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom. Senator Nicole Mitchell started her first day of trial for burglary. That's interesting. Told to care. Trump knows this is his last term. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Like, what has he got to lose? He doesn't have anything to lose. He doesn't care if you vote for him. You won't have the opportunity to vote for him ever again. So what does he care? I mean, he's calling, you know, if you believe in the Epstein stuff, you're a former supporter. I mean, he doesn't have anything to lose. We'll see how it goes. What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom. He's also kind of screwing everybody for the midterms because, I don't know, people don't trust anybody at this point. People put a lot of trust in Trump, and now this is going on, and people are turning their back on him. Russell, Trump's playing 4D chess. I hope so, because things aren't looking good right now. Meta, it was Trump's DOJ that went after Epstein and convicted him in 2019. Interesting. I didn't think about it like that. What's up, Mrs. BC? Happy freedom to you. Pam Bondi said she had them on her desk, and then she said they didn't exist. Now they say the Dems have done it. What? Sorry, but I'm pissed. We know Clinton is in them. Yeah. What's up, Scratsy? Happy freedom. What if that's what happened? Trump woke up and Hillary Clinton was butt naked squatting over his face and was like, these files better not come out or else. You know, and then the next day he was like, Dems did it. Like, oh, okay. He's like, I had so much hair it looked like the Cookie Monster. Anyways. Scratsy, it's not going to go away. It's going to be a long 3.5 years for Trump hearing about the files from everyone. Well, we saw what happened to, I think it was the Associated Press. They were kicked out of the Oval Office because they refused to say the Gulf of America. They kept calling it the Gulf of Mexico. That's what's going to happen with the Epstein shit. They keep asking about the Epstein shit, and they're going to pull their press passes. I guarantee it. I guarantee that's what's next. What's up, K-Walt? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Love Tina? Happy freedom to you. Love Tina, I'm being a jerk? I'm not trying to be a jerk. Connor, either way, he lied to us. I mean, it seems that way. I don't know what to think about all of that, but I don't like that he's like, if you ask me questions in this way or with this topic, you're no longer a supporter of me. That's weird. That's like a weird thing to say. What's up, Jericho? Happy freedom. The PSYOP hasn't played out yet. Stay tuned. Yeah, that's what I'm basically waiting on. It's entertaining, I know that. What's up, Jeffrey Allen? Happy freedom. Kimmel sure seems to be missing, and maybe Cobalt too. Yeah. Well, and it's funny how they alluded to all these people being on the island, Bill Gates and Clinton and all that, and now nobody's been there. And that picture of Bill Clinton wearing a dress that's at Epstein Island, that's an even bigger question mark now because nobody was there. It was just Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. That was it. There wasn't anybody else on the island. Ever. Never been. It's not real. Never happened. Well, then why has he got Bill Clinton in a dress painted up there? Like, that doesn't make sense. Mr. Lynn, neither side cares for us. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Tim Mack? Happy freedom. Tube Steak, this is going to alienate a lot of us. Yeah. What's up, Ski Fast? Happy freedom. What's up, Fox? Happy freedom. The other thing I was thinking is, what if he makes these big-ass statements on truth as a way to promote truth? To get more people to go to Truth Social. Because he treats Truth Social like his diary. And so people have to go there to see what's going on. Hey, did you hear that Trump's shitting on his base? No, I didn't hear that. Yeah, it's happening on True Social. Oh, I better make an account. You know, so like, I don't know. Well, we just got to keep watching. We just got to watch and see what happens. What's up, roller skater Texas girl? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. Let me see. MU, you're not even close to being a jerk. Well, I maybe Leftina wasn't talking to me. Maybe she was talking about something else. What's up, Calax? Happy freedom to you. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just trying to think out loud. It's a multifaceted issue here. Rappy, when did Trump say that? I missed it. He said it on Truth. I just read it to everybody. It's a gigantic post. Pumpkin, Trump could get a special prosecutor to look into the files. There's some people suggesting that Matt Gaetz could be a special prosecutor to look into the files, but until stuff actually moves forward, we won't really know. And with him saying to stop asking about it, I don't know if stuff will even move forward. Pumpkin, maybe Dems fooled with the files. They had all kinds of opportunities. Yeah, I don't really know what to think about the whole thing. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. Metal Mile, 2 words. Lindsey Graham. He's why they're still supplying Ukraine and the weapons. Yeah. I bet you're right. Alex Cloud's so cute. Yeah, I guess. He'd just be sleeping all day. What's up with your bow handle here? Yeah, you're a good boy. Good boy. He really likes those fancy feast gems that he got. Those like parfaits, or I don't know what the hell it is, but he loves it. He's a bougie kitty now. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, Florida daycare employee accused of abusing 6 infants. If you weren't mad enough, this buffalo here is a real piece of shit. Come on, do the thing, GoofTube. Jesus loves us all. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
On this Wednesday morning, we do want to transition to some breaking news headlines we are following. Take a look at your screen. And again, tragic news we are following. So I will say viewer discretion is advised as we are following the very latest this morning, learning that a daycare worker in Ocala is accused of abusing infants. Investigators say those babies were between 4 and 9 months old in the Sunshine State of Florida. This morning, Fox 35 Orlando's Matt Trezza, he joins us live in Ocala with more on these allegations that this daycare worker now faces. Matt, good morning to you. Just tragic news that we are learning. What is the latest developments?
Yeah, so Ocala is a rural county that is, a rural city in Marion County, which is in the northwest part of central Florida, northwest of the Orlando metro area. And this all happened at the All-Star Learning Academy, which is this building behind me here. We have allegations of child abuse by one of the workers at this daycare center, including rough handling, force feeding, violent shaking, and even near suffocation. Police arrested 33-year-old Carla Penalverti Gonzalez for allegedly mistreating 6 infants here at the daycare. Detectives say they uncovered multiple instances of abuse between March and July of this year. Police say the incidents were reported to supervisors, but, quote, no appropriate action was taken to address the allegations in a timely manner. Police had their body cam running when they put the cuffs on Carla.
No.
All right, communicate your cuffs. Carla, stop. You're going to get charged with resisting.
Now, Ocala police have notified the Florida Department of Children and Families about these allegations, and they are involved in this investigation. We're also told that police are investigating how the daycare's managers responded to the complaints that led to these charges, and the daycare staff will also perform remedial training before or as they continue to operate. Now, they're asking anyone who may have any other knowledge of instances of abuse to please step forward and let Ocala police know. We're live in Ocala. Matt Trezza, back to you, Jeanette.
All right, Matt, always stellar reporting. Thank you so much for providing those details. Just tragic news to learn, and I'm sure no parent wants to send their child to a daycare and then hear that news. Thank you so much. We'll be checking back in with you if any more updates come available.
Okay. What a human trash bag. And I still think they're too soft on her. If you're a dude and you're getting arrested and you rip your arm away like that, first thing they do is punch you right in the fucking face. Like, that's the first thing they do. Put you right on your head, and you're getting resisting arrest. But females, no. Special treatment. Can't stand it. Either way, the saying that she was rough handling, force feeding, and violently shaking, and also nearly suffocating these infants between 4 months old and 9 months old, which is insane. Like, those are babies. Those are babies. They're not 3-year-olds that took your keys and flushed them down the fucking toilet and piss you all off. It's not that. These are babies. And then again, they approach her. She's sitting there crying. Oh, poor me. It's time to be the victim. And then they go to arrest her, and she resists arrest. They should have put her right on her head. They should just put her right on the tile there and then charge her with resisting arrest. That buffalo doesn't deserve shit. Either way. Next up, we got our mid-live break, our funny video halfway through, and then get back into the news. Major court hearing Wednesday for Abrego Garcia. Again, that's the illegal from Maryland. That's the poor father from Maryland that was mistakenly deported to CCOT, the Supermax in El Salvador, and blah, blah. All the Dems are always crying and visiting him. Well, as you guys know, he's here. He's back in the States. We've been staying up to date with him. He went to court today. I don't know what happened because how much time has passed since I put the schedule together, but apparently he was supposed to go to court, and there was a chance he was going to be released from custody, but he wasn't going to be able to just go home. Chances are he was going to be detained by ICE because he has no legal status. Both those videos are coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this piece of shit from the daycare that abused 6 infants. Let's see. Here, Juicer, I can't read that out loud, but I'm sure they weren't. Russell almost got killed as a baby from a foster kid. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. Cadillacs. No one wants to send their kids to daycare. Well, maybe some, but most have to. Yeah, and that's the thing is I don't think people want to send their kids to daycare, but when everybody in the house has to work, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Somebody's got to watch the kids. It's a tough situation, and the world's not getting any nicer. It's scary to have to send your kids to daycare. Cadillacs managers too, get them all. Yeah, and at the end of the video they claimed that they were going to get more training, but they didn't even shut down the facility. They said that they're going to get more training while they operate. And it sounds like it was her coworker that turned her in. That a coworker is who made the call on her. So we'll see, but as long as there's proof that she did it, they need to give her proper punishment. I wonder what she's even facing as far as time goes. Zero, give her some of her own medicine. Yeah, exactly. 10-man, bust that bitch in the mouth. I know. They're like, we're going to charge you. We're going to charge you. No, she's already committing the crime. She is resisting arrest. Don't give her a warning. Just charge her. And then put all of her teeth on the tile. Like, it's real simple. Snooks, how can anyone hurt a tiny baby? She's fucked up inside. There's people like that at work at old folks' homes, too. And they work there because they want to be a nurse or whatever the hell. And the next thing you know, they're like punching the elderly and beating them and mistreating them and doing weird stuff with their meds. And sick people. They're just messed up in the head. Kevin, outside with Pepper, cooling off in the evening breeze. Sounds good. Sounds fantastic. Stoner, daycare is expensive as fuck. Paying these people to abuse your kids. Yeah. I wonder what the parents were doing, you know? Like, how did they find out their kid was being abused when it's an infant? That's so scary. You got a baby, it can't tell you anything. It's being mistreated at daycare, you don't even know. They're just shaking your fucking kid and you don't even know. Like, I don't know. I hate thinking about that stuff because calling the police ain't the first thing that I would think of. Not at all. Not a mouth. Wood chippers in a catfish pond. Yeah, exactly. Beck Frank, thought experiment. Kids aren't safe. Population begs for mass surveillance. That's what they did to us for 9/11. They hit the towers. We all got scared. They said, we're going to surveil everything. And we said, okay, don't let the terrorists get us. And then we all got cell phones. And then the NSA came out and they said, yeah, we listen to you on your phone. We watch you on your cameras. We record you. We take pictures of you. We pay attention to every little thing you do. We read your text messages and everything. But it's all for the greater good. It's for national security. And we're all like, oh, okay. And then here we are, like, I don't know, decades later. And then we're like, I think the government's watching us. Yeah, they go on TV and fucking talk about it all the time, but people just aren't listening. Yep, that's exactly what happens. We're scared. Take care of us, daddy government. Mm-hmm. Coley, I thought I was the only person who used the term buffalo. They're built like buffalo. I can't help it. Nobody likes that I say that, but it's not my fault that they're built like buffaloes. Pumpkin, she could get 20 years if she's lucky. I think she deserves more than that, but yeah, we'll see. Truman should be out in 7 years. If they actually convict her, it might give her community service and call it a day. I don't know. Also, if you hurt kids, you die. I think that's fair. I mean, it sounds pretty fair to me. Grinch's bro, I'm surprised the parents didn't try to jack her up. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised the parents didn't go in there and do something bad. My feed, give her life. She deserves it. Ghostly, she was smiling in her mugshot. I think she might have been crying. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, how are you going to go and smile in your mugshot? But I think maybe she might have been crying and they just took the picture and it just kind of looks that way. I don't know. If she was smiling, they should have tuned her up. Oh, I appreciate you, Green Falcon. Tony Rez, Trump's supposed to restore my faith in the government. Instead, has completely eroded what little faith I had. Yeah, Tony Rez, I think a lot of people feel that way. Oh, I appreciate you, Deb. Pumpkin, we were lucky Grandma could babysit our baby. Yeah, having family, that's when it's worth it, is when you need daycare. You need daycare and, you know, stuff like that. That's when family's worth it. For sure. Zupia, my kid's daycare was $875 a month. My wife and I are finally in a position to be able to take him out and keep him home. So grateful to have him home every day. Wow, Zupia, that is expensive. That's way more expensive than I thought it was. Daycare is expensive. And paying that price and then covering a video like this, it's like, holy. Beck Frank, I only thought of this because we had a similar story here last week. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Beck Frank. People are messed up. Told to care, the government watching me will off themselves from boredom. Yeah, I mean, the feds, they just hop in the chat. That's all that happens. When I go live, they just hop in the chat. Meta, training to know not to force feed or shake a baby violently. Mad world. Yeah, absolutely. Meta, if we're picking on Trump, he promised to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours after being voted in. Yeah, that's true too. Mrs. BC, poor babies. Yeah, absolutely. Guess who? Happy freedom to you. I put it this way. What helps a middle-class family of four? The tax cuts and the big beautiful bill and zero inflation are trying to get the CIA to give out what they did for Epstein. Well, yeah, but nobody's saying you can only have one. That's the thing. So, I mean, I don't know. And then making excuses for them to not expose pedophiles doesn't look good either. But nobody said you could only have one. You can only have the Epstein files, or you can live a life you deserve here in America as a hardworking American. Nobody said you had to choose. You were supposed to be given both. That's what the promises were, that you were going to get both. And so, I don't know. What's up, Buckeye? Happy freedom to you. JC, so what do we want to happen here? I mean, what are we waiting for the country? I mean, they keep telling us we're supposed to vote, and we vote, and then we didn't get what we wanted. So then I guess we're supposed to vote again. That's about all we got. Until we get united, that's all we got. Connor, surveillance and anti-American stuff in the big beautiful bill. It's hard to say without actually reading through the bill. Still waiting for everything to roll out. What's up, Original? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Everybody's getting all mad at me like it's my fault. Madam Mouth, you're cracking me up today. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up, and then next in the news, major court hearing today for Abrego Garcia. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this mid-live break pulled up, and then we'll get back into the news. Oh yes, I remember now. This was provided by Sibo, and this is titled Smoked Her. Yup. I think the wine got the best of her. Either way, getting back into the news here, like I said, major court hearing today for Abrego Garcia. Now, there may already be a follow-up on this because he was in court when I put the schedule together. He wasn't out the other end of it yet. So there may be updated information, which makes me think that we're going to have a follow-up tomorrow. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
New information about the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He's the man at the center of this deportation battle that is getting national attention.
Maggie Weaver is here to explain what's expected at today's federal hearing here in Nashville. Maggie.
Mark, Nikel, Kilmar Abrego Garcia is currently in jail on federal smuggling charges, but that could change this afternoon. Now, the charges stem from a 2022 traffic stop when Garcia was pulled over with 9 passengers in the car and no luggage. Officers suspected human smuggling, but let him go. Now, in court today, prosecutors say a Homeland Security agent will walk through that traffic stop on video, and a judge is expected to rule on whether Garcia should be released while he awaits trial. But even if he is released from jail, he may not go far. That's because ICE is expected to detain him immediately for immigration reasons. Where he'll be sent next is still unclear this morning. Now, that hearing is set for 1 o'clock at Nashville's Federal Courthouse. Of course, we will be following every update throughout the day and keep you updated both on air and online at WKRN.com.
Okay, little update there on Garcia. All right, so like I said, he was supposed to be in court at 1 o'clock. It was like 3 o'clock, something like that when I was putting the schedule together. He was not out of court yet, and I haven't heard any updates. So at very most, I'm assuming that all we're going to hear is whether or not he was released. I believe he's in custody of the marshals right now. If he does get released, then he will end up in ICE custody because he has no legal status here. I still think it's weird that they shipped him to CCOT to be in the Supermax in El Salvador, said he would never step foot on U.S. soil ever again. And not only did they say that, but they said it over and over again. And then President Boo Boo Kelly came here, the president of El Salvador, Boo Kelly. And then they were all sitting in the Oval Office together, taking turns on the press, saying Garcia will never step foot on U.S. soil ever again. Then one day they had a change of heart, and they shipped him back here because they wanted to go over the possibility of human trafficking and all this stuff from this stop from years ago. And I can't figure out why they're doing that, because they could have just added more time onto what he got. Plus, he was already in Supermax in El Salvador, and it doesn't get worse than that. So why bring him out of the Supermax to come here to face these charges to then be deported again? I don't understand that. Well, the Blue Team News keeps saying he was mistakenly deported, as if he was in CCOT accidentally. And they keep saying, even now they say that. If you go watch Blue News about him going to court today, they will bring up him mistakenly being deported. It was not a mistake. We heard them say it over and over again from the Oval Office in front of President Boo Boo Kelly. It was not a mistake. So why are they doing this? Well, there's two things that I keep thinking is, one, they deported him as an MS-13 gang member and just being illegal in general, right? He wasn't supposed to be here. That's why he got deported. Why did he go to CCOT? Well, he went to CCOT because they said he was MS-13. They couldn't prove that he was MS-13. There was only accusations that he was MS-13. So it makes me wonder, are they charging him with human trafficking charges just so they can cement that he is supposed to be in CCOT? The other thing I'm thinking, they're saying that he has some sort of order saying he's not supposed to go to El Salvador because the fear of death. And so that means when he gets deported again, because he's supposed to be deported right after sentencing, he can't go back to CCOT. He's got to go somewhere else because he's not able to go to El Salvador from fear of death. And so I wonder which is going to happen. Is he going to be charged with human trafficking and then they get to justifiably put him in CCOT? Or are they going to charge him with human trafficking and then send him somewhere other than El Salvador because of this order saying that there's a fear of death? And so we'll keep following up with Garcia until we can figure out what's going to happen to him. But there's no way that he should be living here after this is all done. Next up, nearly 50 arrested following federal search warrants served across Alabama. This was a transnational organized crime group that just got busted. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Abrego Garcia. Snooks. The judges decided not to rule on him today or this week. Interesting. So I assume he's going to remain in custody throughout the week. He'll stay with the marshals. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. Russell, deport his ass. Yeah, absolutely. They shouldn't even brought him back. If they wanted to give him time, they should have did a Zoom call or something like that. Ghostly, 3 months from now, he's going to be back home. Well, I'm trying to remain hopeful, but the way things go, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him go, but technically he should be deported no matter what. He has no legal status here, but we know how things run. What's up, Dennis? Happy freedom? Dennis, never, ever, ever, ever trust your government. History proves that. Yeah, exactly. Crick Kiss. He's a tour guide and a good Samaritan, taking cartel soldiers to berry-picking gigs. Jeez, guys. Yeah, Cricket Kiss, we're being too hard on him. He's a poor father from Maryland. He was mistakenly deported. I don't know why I keep wanting to say disported. He was mistakenly deported. Pumpkin, no, it wasn't a mistake. No, it wasn't. But the Democrats on TV, the Democrat reporters and stuff, they keep saying it was. My feed, he's not a U.S. citizen. Keep him locked up. Why is he back in the U.S.? He was, let's see, he was where he belonged. Another Bondi lie. Yeah, and that's definitely what it sounds like. Totally care, dude is a smug shit stain. Deport his ass. Absolutely. Supia, as of 9 minutes ago, the judge chose not to rule on him today, so he's still in custody. Thank you for letting me know, Supia. Picture Dad, she was hot though. Oh, I missed it. Cricket's just giving tours around the country. Yeah, he's helping out his amigos. Pager Dad, spilled your wine, bitch. Yeah, she's getting that slide tackle from that kid. You know that destroyed her ego. Too old to care, serves her right, wearing all white to the park. Yep, he showed her. Plugster, happy for him to you. Plugster, can you check the settings? I told you I was going to mess with the settings before we launched this live. I did just for you. Send him to Gaza. Yeah, he might like Gaza. You never know. He's not a big fan of El Salvador being in the Supermax. He said that they were abusing him, and then Boo Boo Kelly put out these videos and slideshow. It looked like he was at summer camp, really. MW, these corrupt judges need to be removed. Yeah, yes, they do. Love Tina, if he gets away with that reason, you realize how many more will start using that excuse. Well, I think it has to be a judge order. I think he got in trouble. They found out that he had let his visa expire or something like that. He got in trouble. They were going to deport him. He proved reason to believe death if he went back to El Salvador. And so there's a court order about it. But he was deported and sent to CCOT in El Salvador regardless of that order. Now that he's brought back to the U.S., they're raising a lot of fuss about it. And they're saying he can't go back to El Salvador because a judge ordered that there's a fear of death. And so you can't just say... I mean, I don't know what the process is, but I assume you can't just be in the middle of being deported and say, no, I'm scared to go home, I might die. I think there's a process you have to go through before that happens, but I'm not sure what the process is. But I don't think there should be excuses for that stuff. You come here, you break the law, you're a criminal, you're going home, now you want to be scared to death? That's too damn bad. And I'm still in full belief that we shouldn't even deport them as far as taking them home. We should just put them on the outside of the fence. You don't belong here. Put them outside and say, good luck, because they found their way here. Like, they found their way here, right? So put them on the outside of the fence, save us some money. They come back, they won't survive. I mean, it's that simple. Border Patrol's got guns. This is America. There's no reason we should let monsters into the country. Like, stupid. It's so stupid. So I think we should just put them outside the fence. That's it. Go wherever you're going to go, but you can't stay here. What's up, Sonny? Happy Freedom? The only place they can send him according to his court documents is Guatemala, not El Salvador. Yeah. I could see him going to Guatemala. There's another one, another country too that's taking illegals. And I can't think of what it's called right now. What's up, Jagula? Happy Freedom. What's up, DB Cooper? Happy Freedom to you. Love Tina. Hey, we got an Alligator Island now. A lot of people are wondering if he's going to go to Alligator Alcatraz, but I don't know. We won't know until he gets through court. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy Freedom. Zero, the corrupt justice system is being exposed. Yeah, I just wish somebody would actually do something about it. Stoner, send him to the Middle East. Yeah. Zupia, stop wasting our tax money and flying them wherever they want. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just put them outside the border wall. Put them outside the wall, call it a day. They'll find their way home, or they'll die, or whatever's going to happen, but it's not our problem. We just need to make sure that they leave safely, because they're in our custody. That makes us liable for them being alive. That's why the detention centers are not concentration camps. because we're responsible for their life, right? And you don't want inhumane conditions. You don't want civil rights issues. You don't want a situation where people think that you're just murdering people because you don't like them and you're justified because you're the government, right? That's totalitarian. That's tyranny. We don't want that stuff. We're responsible for them to be alive. So it'd be a lot easier to make sure that they're alive, happy, and healthy until they get to the other side of the wall instead of flying them out to wherever after they sit in a detention center for a week. So I just don't. There should be a bus stop with Border Patrol. The bus pulls up, kicks everybody out, put them on the outside of the wall with big ass signs that say, if you cross this line, you're going to be deleted. You'll be deleted in front of everybody. So do not cross this line. And then they'll just figure it out. They'll figure it out. They figured out how to get here. They will figure out how to get home. It'll be fine. We gave them money. We let them stay in 5-star hotels. They all got brand new iPhones and Jordans and shit. They'll be fine. They'll be absolutely okay. Like I said, next up, nearly 50 arrested following federal search warrants and served across Alabama. Now, like I said, this is a transnational organized crime group that all got busted. And they were lying to the banks and everything else. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
All right, Jason, we've got breaking information tonight. The alleged ringleader of what federal investigators are calling a criminal ecosystem is in custody.
Cesar Campos Reyes, who's facing several charges including bank fraud and money laundering, arrested just a few hours ago. Now, federal agents have been looking for him after nearly 50 illegal immigrants were arrested during a sweeping multi-agency immigration operation in 6 Alabama counties today.
Drugs, guns, bundles of cash seized. Our Natalie Williamson with this late reporting tonight. Natalie, a Mexican restaurant in Robertsdale, just one of 14 different locations raided today.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise and Cameron. Federal agents moved in quickly this morning, arresting dozens of illegal immigrants, breaking up an alleged transnational organized crime group right here in Alabama.
Tonight, a complex and years-long investigation has led to nearly 50 illegal immigrants being arrested across Alabama. Federal agents served 14 search warrants in Lee, Macon, Elmore, Autauga, Crenshaw, and Baldwin counties. The El Patron Mexican restaurant in Robertsdale was one of the targets. According to the United States Attorney for the Middle District of Alabama, Kevin Davidson, these searches led to more than just arrests.
Law enforcement recovered distribution amounts of methamphetamine, powder cocaine, crack cocaine, assorted pills, more than $100,000 of bulk cash, and at least 20 guns.
And at the center of this investigation is Cesar Campos Reyes, taken into custody earlier tonight. According to a federal indictment, Campos Reyes fraudulently obtained Paycheck Protection Program loans by falsely certifying documents tied to restaurants that were raided today. Federal agents say the loan funds totaled around $225,000. This was the scene in Wetumpka, Opelika, and Prattville. Law enforcement searching these El Patron locations. Campos Reyes is said to be the registered agent for the businesses. Stephen Schrank, special agent in charge for HSI in Alabama and Georgia, says this investigation has uncovered a bigger issue.
And this operation was not about any one offense. It was about dismantling a criminal ecosystem, one that profits from the exploitation of people and the circumvention of our nation's laws.
Schrank also says businesses who knowingly hire non-citizens are creating a path for other problems.
When employers knowingly hire illegal aliens, they create a magnet for exploitation, wage theft, and unsafe conditions. They also sidestep labor laws designed to protect workers and dissuade honest employers. This creates an underground economy that is often tied to organized criminal activity that puts our communities at risk.
Federal investigators also say Campos Reyes is the registered agent at the El Patron restaurant in Pensacola. Although we're told that business wasn't raided today, when we stopped by tonight, a sign on the door said, quote, closed due to an inconvenience. Lenise.
All right. So, like I said, busted a transnational organized crime group. They were committing bank fraud and money laundering, so they'll be going to prison for a long time and then deported afterwards. So we're going to pay a lot of money for them to stay alive, and then they'll be shipped back home or somewhere else that'll take them. But I think it's kind of ironic that they mention employers hiring illegals, because we cover a lot of stories where ICE is raiding a restaurant or something like that, and the entire staff is getting deported. And then the owners or the managers or whoever, they get a free interview on TV where they bitch and cry that they have to close down Friday's fish fry because they don't have enough employees to run the restaurant for the day, and this, that, and the other. And so in that story, they bring that up. They talk about, hey, these people shouldn't be hiring illegals. It creates big problems and stuff. And then at the very end of the story, they say, yeah, they had a notice on the door saying that they were closed because of inconvenience. Oh, because everybody who was working there is going to be fucking deported? Oh, okay. Well, if you really think it's such a big problem that people are hiring illegals, then arrest the people who are doing the hiring at these restaurants, which obviously they did not do in that situation because they were able to put a notice on the door saying they were closed because of inconvenience. Should have been closed because the owner was going to jail because he hired illegals, which is tax evasion and a whole lot of other things. But no, they want to talk that talk, but they ain't walking that walk. At least they busted 50 illegals. That's good, right? They stopped the transnational organized crime group. That's good, but they did not stop the employer from hiring illegals. They just stopped them from operating for a day while they go find new illegals to hire to run the restaurant. I don't know. And then to go out there and do a public presser where they're bitching about Americans employing illegals and then don't do anything about it. And I don't know. I'm just tired of everybody half-assing shit. Either way, next up, DA facing backlash for dismissing charges against shape-shifting sex offender. I don't know how to say this without getting in trouble on YouTube. I fucking hate dealing with the community guidelines. Either way, wait till you see this guy's face. You've probably seen him on the internet but didn't realize it. But this guy looks like a zombie. And not only is he a zombie, but he's a zombie that thinks he's a female. He's not just a zombie that thinks he's a female. He also diddles kids. So that's fucking great. And on top of that, if that wasn't bad enough, they won't keep him in jail because they don't think he's fit enough to stand trial. It's like old man Walter's cousin out here doing this shit. Either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these 50 illegals they just busted in this transnational organized crime group. Zero closed because of Trump. Yeah, that's what they should have put on the door. Russell, it's illegal to hire illegals. It is. And nobody's doing anything about it. Russell, orange man bad. That's what they should have put on the door. J Spray, I had to cash my check at the Mexican store last week. Got a lot more looks than I typically do. It happens. It happens. Zero, arrest the hiring managers. They knew this was happening. Absolutely. And that's what I mean. How are you going to bitch about it and not do anything about it? You got cops doing public pressers. These people, they're breaking the law by hiring illegals. We didn't arrest that person for it, but we want you to know that we should have. No, okay. That's great. What's up, Peyton? Happy Freedom? Green Falcon. Employers pay taxes on illegals. That creates a slush fund for government that they do not have to account for. That's why employers don't get in trouble. Well, how do they pay taxes for illegals? Because if you're an illegal, it's not even just illegals. Like if you hire teenagers or you hire somebody and you pay them under the table, right? That means they're not on the books. And you have to pay taxes. You have to basically match the taxes that employee is going to pay for all their paychecks and stuff. But if they're not on the books, then they're not paying taxes. And if they're not paying taxes, well, then you're not paying taxes for those employees that you have because technically they're not employees because they're not in the books. That's what makes it all illegal and stuff. But then the government just lets it slide. And it's like, I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. Peyton stolen social security numbers. Yeah, they're doing that too. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. You're awesome, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says 3 more days of work before vacation. Wish I learned how to bend time with all my kung fu training. Yeah, you got to be so excited about vacation. I know I would be. Thank you, Patriot Dad. What's up, Box Goblin? Happy Freedom. Can you do that quieter? Just a little bit? I'm trying to read here. What's up, Dutton? Happy Freedom. Stoner, pour cocaine and cash. I know. Hanging out with the illegals. When they first said it, they were like, well, they had $100,000 in cash. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And they're like, yeah, they ripped off the bank for $250,000. And I was like, well, then where was the other $150,000? Must have been in the cocaine and stuff. Unless they're running a failing business, which that could be the case too. Hey, thank you for being here, Meta. Be safe out there. What's up, TBD? Happy Freedom to you. Hey, deporting illegals is not deporting culture. Yeah, well, and it's funny when they say shit like that, because if you try to portray another country's culture, then you're a culture vulture, is what they call you. They say that, their culture is not your mask. It's not your play, pretend, your dress up, stuff like that. They basically say it's racist. Like if you wear a sombrero and you're not from Mexico, then you're a racist. That's how they do it. But then when you kick illegals out of the country, they're like, oh, you don't want their culture. And like, what do you mean? We're not allowed to portray it anyway. So we're like, what are you saying? Democrats just hate everything. JC, who will stand up for the Mexican cuisine in the chat? Who's with me? Oh, we all eat tacos around here, JC. Don't do that. We talk about tacos all the damn time. The pink ones and the others. We love tacos around here. Oh, I appreciate you, Connor. Thank you for sticking with us. Love Tina, you're thugging right now? There's a little cheeky chops rubbing off on you. JC, have you tried the restaurant chain? They make good tacos and they use 3 cheese blend. No, what are you talking about, JC? What's the chain you're talking about? Blue Crow, happy freedom to you. Taco Tuesday is a slippery slope. It can be. You smooth talker enough. Zero, I had tacos last night. I bet you did, Zero. Hair juicer shit on a shingle sounds good. What does that mean? Y'all be eating that stuff? Chase, I wish I was pampered like an illegal. I know, me too. I've never had Jordans before. Cadillac's Klaus quit showing his butthole. Oh, you're telling him to stop. You giving them a peek? You were you winking at them? They like that stuff. Did you show them your toes? They like that too. Klaus has got you guys figured out. Toes and bows. Otters, happy freedom to you. It's cream chip beef on toast, shit on a shingle. I have never had that. I've never heard of that at all. I don't think I want to eat anything that's called shit on anything. I don't know. I remember being young and what did they have? Dirt worms or some shit. It was like a pastry of sorts. They had like gummy worms and cookies and cream, like crushed up Oreos and shit. I don't know what it was called, but I had a hard time eating that just because of the damn title. Not sensitive. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom to you. Deb, Jordans are now a sign of elite poverty. Yeah, I believe it. You be seeing poor ass kids wearing Jordans. They're dirty. Their hair's all messed up. And their t-shirts 2 sizes too small, but they got brand new Jordans on. Life's hard. Ghostly, just advertising the Only Klaus. Yeah, we gotta get him an Only Klaus going. It's just gonna be Klaus toes for days. Jay Spray, took my family out for Mexican on Sunday. That's awesome. Was it good? I want to go to, in Ludington, they just move El Rancho, and I'll like go in there and get margaritas and stuff, and I get a pitcher of margarita, and then I just stick a straw in it. They bring me all these glasses. I'm like, no, I don't need those, and I just stick the straw right in the pitcher. I haven't done that in a long time, and they moved their location. I guess they're a lot better now for whatever reasons, but I haven't had a chance to go there. I need to make a trip. Dirt pudding, yes, that's what I'm talking about, and just the title was making it hard for me to eat it. I don't know why. Rappy Sweet Klaus. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Cheeky Chop's bacon is like anal dust. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Don't say that. It's blasphemy. The anal dust. Yeah, that's something. That's something. What's up, Debbie? Happy Freedom. The Mississippi Mud Cake. See, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't sound appetizing to me. It's probably good. Roller Skater Girl. SOS is a southern dish. Oh, shit on a shingle. Okay. You guys call it SOS. That makes it a little better. JC, you ain't never heard of shit on a shingle? Well, you live under a rock? I've never heard of it either. I just couldn't give you shit because I got my opportunity. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy Freedom to you. MW, better than sex cake, but it's delicious. Now, if I type in sex cake, I know I'm not going to see what you're talking about. That sounds appetizing. I don't know. Get whatever you're into. Snugs. Shit on a shingle is what they call it in the military. It's really good. I believe you. Calax, we called it dirt and worms. I think that's what we called it too. I did not think about it. I like constantly reassure myself. It's not really dirt. It's all good stuff. Totally care. Better than sex pie. Pretty darn good. See, I've never heard of that. All right, hooligans. We're going to move forward here. Like I said, DA faces backlash for dismissing charges against shape-shifting sex offender. Like I said, this guy's a zombie, and he's like the worst of the worst. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use our help. Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and if you think there is any way you can help our friend Larry, I put together a page for him on the website that has all of his information, details, links, and all that stuff. So if you think you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. JC, can we change the direction the chat is going? You mean like topic wise, or you mean you want to scroll up? Because I can't change that. Anyways, let's get this pulled up. You know you guys want to talk about some sex cake. Like I said, there's Antifa titties over on X. Anyways, this is DA faces backlash for dismissing charges against shape-shifting offender. This guy is something else. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
A Colorado district attorney faces growing recall campaign after moving to dismiss charges against a so-called transgender sex offender accused of trying to kidnap a young boy.
Our crime correspondent Jason Matera has the details. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Mark and Allison. And yeah, what's fueling outrage over this incident is not just this latest arrest, but it's that this guy has been in and out of jail for years, and parents want to know how he could have got close to a school in the first place. Solomon Galligan is a man who thinks he's a woman. He has a disturbing pattern involving kids, and somehow he keeps walking free. Despite a long rap sheet that includes child sex crimes, Galligan has been repeatedly ruled mentally unfit to stand trial, letting charges vanish and Galligan slip through the cracks of both the justice and mental health systems. In April of last year, Galligan was arrested for allegedly trying to abduct an 11-year-old boy during recess at an Aurora elementary school. Thankfully, staff stepped in and called 911 before he could snatch the child. but not before leaving parents shaken and furious.
The shock and then just questions like, why did this happen? How did somebody get into the field area of a school and lay hands on my son?
But even with the public outrage, Galligan may once again walk free. As in past cases, the DA labeled him too unstable for court, and now the charges are likely to be dropped, sending him back into a system that's already failed to contain him. Even Galligan's own family admits he's a danger to the public, but says instead of locking him up and getting him real help, obviously he needs it, authorities keep cutting him loose.
Every 6 months that we find him in the jail system, and we're happy he's there because then he's not out on the streets.
Anyone with two eyes can see Galligan is a danger to kids, to himself, to anyone in his path. But Colorado's perp-friendly policies keep fueling the cycle, putting children at risk and leaving a ticking time bomb roaming the streets. Now, Mark Ellison, the Lib DA, Amy Patton, says that she's just following the law and her hands are tied, basically. But that's not stopping critics. There's been a recall effort led by one councilwoman in Aurora saying that Patton, the DA, is hiding behind legal loopholes and she's just putting progressive politics over public safety.
All right, Jason Matera, thank you so much.
I don't understand any of that. Like, how do you justify it? Like I said, he looks just like a zombie. I don't get it. I don't get it. Shape-shifting drug addict is not fit to stand trial, so he keeps getting released, and he gets to continue to be a threat to the public. We need to bring back the insane asylums. That's what we need to do. If you're not fit to stand trial, we got a padded room for you. And people will stop claiming to be crazy. They'll stop going and self-diagnosing themselves. They'll stop finding their pretty little titles to demand special treatment. Because every time you do something like that, you're one step closer to a padded room. We need to bring that shit back because this is ridiculous. I am still in a state of shock that we do not have more vigilante justice. I mean, just think about the stories we've covered just today. Not everything we cover all the damn time because we've been more than 5 years we've been live streaming now. Just the shit we've covered today. It's just shocking that we do not have vigilante justice. Got a woman shaking infants. Got this mess of a person here. It's like, what the hell is going on? People either just enjoy being victims or they really trust the system. But the system needs to stop failing us because this isn't working. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It. This one's titled, Democrats Blame Trump for Overeating. It's his fault that they're fat. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the shape-shifting drug addict that's not fit to stand trial. Cadillacs, he is actively putting his entire community at risk. Yeah, and everybody knows about it and no one's doing anything about it. Zero, he's going to have to murder a child before anything happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, I mean, they're not punishing him, so, you know, it's inevitable. Cadillac's DA should be prosecuted. I agree. Zero, they're afraid they're going to get bit and become zombies? Maybe. He looks like he's smoking them bath salts. Here, geez, that's exactly what he looks like. Snook's sex pie is good old cream pie. So, what? That's what? That's what they call it? There's nothing added to it? That's a little disappointing. Jay Spray was at El Rancho. It's always good. Got the medium margarita and extra spicy burrito. Made me sweat twice. Damn, that's what I'm getting, Jay Spray, when I go there. That's awesome. I thought El Rancho was something that was just here. Damn, now I'm craving some El Rancho. Peyton, good people know that they'll go to jail if they try to stop this crap. They turn it back on you for decades now, so I'm pretty damn gun shy. Yeah. I was just talking to somebody about getting bit by a dog. They were around somebody they knew and their dog was kind of nipping at them and stuff. And they were like, well, I didn't want to shove the dog or whatever. I just was trying to stay away, but, you know, I didn't want to make this person mad by defending themselves from the dog. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, dogs kill people. Like, dogs do all kinds of stuff. Mean dogs, bad dogs, right? Which is bad owners. And I'm like, it doesn't matter if that's your friend. If their dog is nipping at you, biting at you, snarling at you, you slap that dog in the face. Like, you let that dog have it. You worried about being in trouble and kind of putting your life on the line at the same time. I don't want to defend myself from this rabid animal because my friend might get mad at me. Fuck that. Your dog growls at me, I'm going to slap the piss out of it. I'm going to smack it so hard it's going to change its fucking gender. And I don't care if you're mad about that shit. Raise your dog right. It's that simple. You know, and that's how I see that stuff. And that's the problem, is people worry about being in trouble, and sometimes they even put their own health above it. They put their own life above it. They just let problems happen because they're worried about consequence, and that sucks. We shouldn't live like that, you know, and there's nothing we could do. Consequences are severe. Look at what happened with the J6ers and stuff, and I understand the severity of that. But, man, if I feel like my life's in danger, the last thing I'm worried about is getting in trouble. Just not worried about that shit. Not at all. If my life's in danger, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do the thing. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I don't want bad things to happen, but it makes me feel bad when I see people going through that stuff, because we already live in a world where people are scared to defend themselves. They just don't want to. They don't want to have to defend themselves. A lot of people don't own guns because of that. They just don't want to have to defend themselves. But you not wanting to defend yourself is not going to change the day that somebody wants to do something bad to you. You got to be ready to defend yourself. You got to be ready to defend your family. And maybe that's just a man thing. Maybe women don't think like that, and whatever's whatever. But that's how I see shit. And it makes me feel bad that people are underpowering themselves because they're worried about consequence. I'm like, no, you need to be ready to defend your life and defend your family and friends and people you care about and stuff like that from the evil that exists in the world. And worried about being in trouble is secondary. And so when I see that, it just makes me feel bad. I'm like, it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't be worried about getting in trouble when it comes to defending yourself from a rabid dog or a burglar breaking into your house. You know, because evil's out there, and we need more good guys with guns. And so I don't like seeing people that are hindering themselves because of rules. Like, that's goofy shit. Our forefathers weren't worried about that shit. You know, being right is what mattered, and it should still matter. And it just sucks that we live in a world where you could be punished for doing the right thing. Fucking sucks. Russell, I slapped the shit out of the neighbor's cat. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. Don't get mauled because of being polite. You know, like, that's all I'm trying to say. J Spray, I don't know if they're outside of Michigan, but I know of a couple locations. Yeah, J Spray, I wasn't sure about El Rancho being outside of Michigan or not, but now I'm craving it. Russ, I wish I could say this stuff out loud. We can't because YouTube's watching. Zero, husband's daughter had a dog that wouldn't leave Pepper alone even when I had her on my lap. And that dog got kicked in the face and no one said anything. Yeah, I mean, you know, just, it's not worth your health. It's not worth your life. Kevin, my body produces a lot of adrenaline, so attacking me isn't a very good idea when I can lift a car like a mom lifts it off her kid. Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, I don't want bad things to happen and stuff, but bad stuff does happen. And you got to be prepared to handle that. You know, that's part of being an adult. Beck Frank looks down at Boston and Pug. I'm walking for work. Not my puppies. They're lovely. Yeah, Beck Frank. No, those are good dogs. And bad dogs aren't even born bad. They got bad owners. And that's part of the problem. Pumpkin, people don't want to have to make a decision. Yeah. Well, sometimes the decision gets made for you. You know, you like being on the subway, right? Like Daniel Penny didn't want to have to put down Jordan Neely. Jordan Neely made it happen. And that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. You're on the subway, you're trying to go home, just got out of work, you work 16 hours in a shithole factory with a bunch of meth heads and alcoholics, just trying to get home. And Jordan Neely's goofy ass all wound up on K2 shows up and says he's going to start killing people and he ain't scared to go to jail. You going to be a victim or you going to save the day? You know, and then look at how they treated Daniel Penny. Treated him like he was a racist. They had him facing years in prison and stuff, saying he murdered Jordan Neely and all that. He was facing manslaughter charges, but the protesters out front wanted murder charges, right? And what happened? He got innocent. but he could have been killed, you know, and that's the thing, is he was prepared to defend himself and save the people around him. He did, and he faced the consequences, but in the end, the truth came out, right? And it saved him. So, I don't know. It's a tough situation. Otters. We're gonna have a lot of crazy in the future when all the trafficked victims have to cope with the aftermath of all of this. Yeah. Well, in social media and stuff, it's not good for us. There's so much stuff going on in the world that's creating more crazy people and, I don't know, people who don't want to grow up. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom. Kevin. Better than the pills the doc gave me to make me into a zombie. Yeah, Kevin. I used to talk about that a lot, but people got mad at me about it. But yeah, I don't take medicine or anything like that. Even if I got a headache, I don't take it because those pills aren't good for you, especially if they dumb you down and stuff. Ghostly. You got a Great Pyrenees? Those are big bear dogs. I've been around a couple Great Pyrenees. These things are huge. Grinches, bro, I have a drywall hammer on my tool belt when iffy dogs are there. Yeah. Yeah, I've been bitten by a lot of dogs growing up. Sometimes it was just being stupid, being in the wrong place, wrong time. Other times, though, I've had dogs let go at me. I used to live in South Bend, and I used to live in an area where it wasn't okay to be white. And they would tell you. You'd walk down the street, and they'd say, hey, white boy, you're on the wrong side of town, and stuff like that. But having people let their dogs go on me, that didn't last real long. And I was young. I was 14, 15 years old when that stuff was happening to me. But you had to learn. You want to get bit by a dog or you want to defend yourself? You know? And I had to make choices like that. I don't have to now, thank God. But when I was young, it was survive. That's what I wasn't living, I was surviving. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom. I prefer the word protect rather than defend. Yeah, well, and it probably matters in court too. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom. What is wrong with the chat over here? There we go. Fixed it. Teasel, what crabs? No, we ain't talking about crabs. Y'all got crabs? What's up, Wes? Happy freedom. It's a badass. Happy freedom to you. Badass. Remember when Bernie Sanders was saying that people are tired of hearing about the 34,000 emails? Well, that sounds pretty similar to what's going on right now. JC, how did we get on crabs? I don't know. I'm reading through the chat. I'm trying to figure it out. Who's got crabs? Now, show of hands. I can't figure out who has crabs. This is my new job. I keep telling you guys, I'm not a gynecologist. I just play one on TV. Watch me work. Here, Juicer, you got good dogs. Roll call. Get them all wound up. Ghostly, I know of 3 types of crabs, and I'm not a fan of any of them. Me either, Ghostly. I'm right there with you. Peyton, it's those creepy elite families that do crap to their kids. Well, those and celebrities. Like, everybody thinks Megan Fox is so damn hot that they would suck farts out of her ass and all this stuff. All of her kids are just magically trans. I'm like, come on, man. She ain't that damn hot. Like, nah. She's messing her kids up. I told her to carry crabby panties. I mean, patties. Jesus loves us. Holy. Just, anyways. Like I said, getting into the last little bit of the news before we move into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It, and this one's titled, Democrats Blame Trump for Overeating. This is not the first time he's been blamed for this, which makes it that much more funnier. Come on. There we go. Got Rita here. She had to close her eyes because she can't stand to see this shit. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and let's start with Ana Navarro. She's not only one of the miserable mavens of The View, but she also shares her unpleasant and uninformed invective on CNN, where she dismisses certain opinions based on gender and race. How progressive.
Also, I want to respond to you saying that I was hyperbolic when I talked about a reign of terror.
Because that is hyperbolic.
No, it might be hyperbolic for you as a white man.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly not hyperbolic for me as a Latino.
Now.
No, I'm not being racist.
It's to dismiss my opinion for being a white man.
No, I'm not dismissing your opinion. I am telling you that what the Latino community, the brown community in America.
Speak in one voice.
Okay, well, let me speak with my voice. I mean, you said I was being hyperbolic. Let me respond.
Racially, sure.
I'm not. You being a white man as an insult.
When you invoke it to dismiss my
being
opinion,
a white man as an insult.
When you invoke it,
do you think Latinos are living under circumstances that other people may not be right now in this country?
There she goes again, pretending every member of the Latino community is illegal and fearful of being deported. As for her being blatantly sexist and racist in that instance, well, it wasn't long before CNN host Abby Phillip was rushing to rescue Anna and defend her bigotry. Wonder if she'd do that if a man dismissed Navarro's opinion because of her gender and race.
I just want to make a point that, Brad, all she's saying is that her view of the situation is different from yours. I don't think that's an insult.
She basically said I'm wrong because I'm a white man.
She just said I see it differently. She said I see it differently from you, which is not an insult. It's not, and it's also not a racial insult.
Say what now, Abby? Nice attempt at gaslighting, but we just heard Anna being racial. It wasn't the difference in opinion that was ugly. It was the racist, sexist reason behind it.
As a white man?
Now let's go to Anna's View co-host, Sunny Hostin, who exemplifies the left so beautifully, so unprincipled, so inconsistent, so utterly devoid of anything resembling a good faith argument. Let's see her go from claiming anyone who wants the Epstein list released is a reckless conspiracy theorist. That's when the Democrats were in power. But now that Trump is in power, well, she's had a dramatic change of heart. And let's thank Maisel Moore again for this superb clip.
People were dying for this information. There was some sort of list that everybody thought was going to come out, and who's on the list. What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible. Or that you were a client. These documents, as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women and his sexual behavior. So I think that... And Ghislaine also? And Ghislaine. And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing. And I think that is extremely important, because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts. Yes. These are the facts. There is a list. Trump's name is on the logs, the passenger logs of Epstein's aircraft at least 7 times. That's already been made public. I mean, of course, Trump is denying any and all allegations, but all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
And let's stick with the ladies of The View. Whoopi Goldberg is unhappy again. This time she's attacking her own, including Mark Cuban and even Barack Obama, who have advised the left, they've advised the Democrats to stop whining so much. Whoopi is outraged. She wants to keep whining incessantly.
Let me remind everybody who was out in the front lines marching when we had the giant marches that went on. It was the people. The people went out. They were not navel-gazing. It was older people who were saying, why are you touching my Social Security? It was not people whining. With much due respect to you both, I believe you are pointing the finger at the wrong person when you say Democrats.
And let's hear from Barack Obama, who's had a dramatic change of heart, almost Sonny Hostin-like. He's gone from berating men, claiming that only sexism is stopping them from voting for Kamala Harris. Remember this?
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. That's not acceptable.
Gosh, I can't believe that didn't work. But now Barack Obama has had a change of heart. He's changed his tune. Here he is rooting for men on Michelle Obama's podcast. He explains that boys and men feel like they're not being valued.
And I would argue that some of the broad political trends we've seen, not just in this country, but around the world, have to do with this sense of, boys, men not feeling as if they are seen, feeling as if they count. Mm-hmm. And that then makes them more interested in appeals by folks who say, you know what, the reason you don't feel respected is because women have been doing this, or this group has been doing this, or that group's been doing this. And that is not that's not a healthy place to be.
Now, in the past, we've talked about Barbara Streisand blaming Donald Trump for getting fat. Her words, not mine. Rosie O'Donnell blamed the president for her drinking too much. And now we have actress Valerie Bertinelli getting on the internet to talk about her desire for alcohol and food. To give this Democrat some credit, she is a big Democrat. She even filmed herself voting for Kamala. How embarrassing. Now, to give her credit, she doesn't directly blame Trump for her online meltdown, but we all know who's to blame.
I want to drink. I want to numb it. I don't want to feel it. But my logical mind is like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to numb it. You know what will help you feel better is to just feel the feelings. Get through to the other side. Have a good cry. And yet I can't cry.
She's still crying, talking all that shit. Either way, that is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. See what Klaus gets today. We got our two funny videos of the day. First one's titled, Why Are You Covering Your Body Cam? And our official funny video of the day was provided by Handicapable, and it's titled, Well Damn. All of that's coming up next, but first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Lefties losing it. Russell, I drink in celebration. I do too, sometimes. I haven't drank in a while, though. I think the last time I drank, voice chat, probably. Sipping these drams that Wad sent me from the first, it was like the first or the second Advent Calendar. I love these things. They're not all full anymore. Sampling them during the voice chat. It's always a good time. Zero, she had liberal glasses. Glad they warn us. Yeah. Yup. Well, then she had a rainbow on her shirt. Russell, they've demonized white men too much. It is kind of weird that they can sit on TV and go, well, your opinion doesn't matter because you're white. Like, that's fucked up to say. Like, I mean, like, I don't care if somebody was going to say it to me. I wouldn't give a shit. It just shows me that they're ignorant and I no longer have to speak to them. But if you were to say that about any other race, everybody be screaming racism. You'd be getting canceled. You'd be the next Nick Fuentes and all of that stuff. And it's just an ignorant thing to say in general. Well, you got black hair, so who cares what you have to say? That's how stupid it is, right? So it's ridiculous that people openly talk like that on TV, and it's just acceptable. It's just normalized at this point. Metalmouth, nobody holds a gun to anyone's head and forces them to drink or do drugs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Otters, Klaus is like, wake me when the goods are ready. Yeah, exactly. Elder Zoomer back from fishing got rained out. I'm sorry to hear that, Zoomer. Now it's getting all dark outside here. Weird, when I started the live, it was all bright and sunny. Patriot Dad, Obama likes crack and mohap. Yes, he does. Michael's looking rough these days. Told the Carol Bummer is bummed. He is. His bum hurts. Ghostly, he looks sad now the big Mike left him. He is. He misses biting the pillow. Like Tom Homan says, he sits down to pee. God, that smoked me yesterday. Tom Homan's so funny. Kevin, I don't know why you said this, but it cracks me up. I identify as a Stegosaurus. It's making me think. I'm trying to think of something to counter that. Done. We just had a wicked storm blow through going west. Supposed to have another hit in a few. Yeah, when we started the live, we were talking about how from the center of the country all the way to the East Coast, we're supposed to get storms. It's supposed to affect 89 million people or something like that. That's the news, so you gotta take it as a grain of salt, but that's what they're saying. What's up, Cass? Happy Freedom. Green Falcon, some people have to blame someone else for their own issues. It can't never be their own fault. Yeah. I'm the opposite of that. I blame myself for everything. It's raining outside. I'm like, why am I not good enough? What do I got to do to fix this? Like, I blame myself for everything. It's because I want to be the best I can be. Happy Freedom to you, Magic Moon. Pluxer, she was cute 45 years ago. Who? You're not talking about Michael Obama, are you? I'm still waiting for pictures of Michael Obama being pregnant. That has yet to come forth. JC, I sit to pee as well. I never miss anymore. Well, to each their own. Mana, Klaus's belly glows. Yeah. He don't glow in the dark, though. He's not a glowy. Connor, all these people are confused and angry. The devil loves it. Yeah. They stay angry. What's up, Quantum? Happy Freedom to you. Klaus present time. That's right. Connor. Some women are toxic. I can't stand those. I'm not one of those. Yeah, there's toxic people on both. We've seen dudes, liberal dudes, just like going off about shit that doesn't matter. And they're cutting their wieners off. So, you know, it works both ways. But yeah, there's toxic people out there, and, well, they're not worth any attention. I know that. Kalex, this National Hot Dog Day makes me want to run down the street naked. What the fuck are you doing? It's National Hot Dog Day. Sharing my wiener with you. They're going to be like, Pride Month was last month. I'm like, oh shit. My bad. Klaus Daniels, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Just stretch it out. I hold your toes. Just stretch it out. God, you're a tired cat. How can you be so tired? Look at that face. Look at that kitty face. All right. Getting into the fun stuff here. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what Klaus is getting today. Yeah, move all my stuff on my desk. Whoa. From the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Today is day 6. I like that it has these little boxes. That's cool. Super cool. Today we got... Oh, it's quiet. Doesn't have a bell in it. Day 6. What is this? Oh, he doesn't have one of these. It's very weird. Look at this. It's a mouse, but it's got a tail, and the tail feels real, which gives me anxiety. It's got little whiskers too. I don't know if you can see it, and it's kind of squishy. Oh, it's got a back door. All right. What do you think? What do you think about this? It's on you. What do you think? New companion? Side quest? You ain't that damn tired. You ain't done nothing all day. Jesus loves us. We'll see. We'll see how long he lets us sit there. Thank you, Tony Rez. I appreciate you. All right, moving forward here. Tory Wayne, Tony Rez, my bad. Thank you, Tory Wayne. I appreciate you. Klaus Daniels. I've never seen him be so calm with something. Either way, getting into our funny video here. Come on now, do the thing. There we go. First funny video of the day. This one's titled, "Why are you covering your body cam?"
You have any idea why I pulled you over, sir? The Black Ops 2 emblem I made when I was 12. What? No, you've been at a stop sign for 45 minutes. I was waiting for it to say go. This guy's fried. Yeah, license and registration, please. Here. Let's see. This is a Platinum Edge card from GameStop. So am I free to go? Absolutely not. Do me a favor and step outside the vehicle. Negative. Big hoss. I'm an officer. Is that a fucking yogurt lid? And I know Captain Price. Yeah, go ahead and get the fuck out the car. Yeah, for sure. Wasting my fucking time. My fault. In fact, keep your hands where I can't see them. You said what? Just step out the car. Why are you covering your body cam?
Why are you covering your body cam? Because you're about to get put on your head, buddy. Get into our official funny video of the day. This was provided by Handicapable. And this is hilarious. This one smoked me. Full screen here. All right, like I said, this was provided by Handicapable, and this is titled, "Well, damn."
Define anti-Semitism. Ghetto book and bitter. Is there an ethnic cleansing? No, the terrorists are still musty. Why are there so many Jewish CEOs? Why are there so many black felons? Choices. Why are there borders around Gaza? I don't know, ask Egypt. Can there be a two-state solution? We don't need another terrorist state. We already have Michigan. Free Palestine, free parking. Why can't people criticize Israel? They do. It's a full-time job with benefits. From the river to the sea, that's the width of your mother's back.
That's the width of your mother's back. Holy, that just smoked me. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in all the chats, and we're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. And of course, we will be raiding out after the Pledge of Allegiance. Nobody mentioned it today, but we raided out yesterday before doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So we sent everybody on Rumble off to another channel and then did the Pledge of Allegiance without you. And that was not intentional. Not at all. As soon as I did the raid, I realized, forgot to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So I fucked up. You guys didn't even say anything about it. Just, you're the nicest of hooligans, I swear. But I messed up, and I want everybody to know I messed up. And I know that I messed up, and I'm not too big of a person to admit that I messed up. I messed up. Either way, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Snooks, you're so special. Yeah, I know. That's why I was in special ed for like 15 years. Russell, well, damn, don't fuck up like that. Yeah, I know. It happens sometimes. Russell Bloodshot Eyes, huh? Yeah. I don't know what that guy's name is. I watch all of his videos, though. He's hilarious. Russell, don't open the back door. Mm-hmm. That's Klaus's little companion. We're going to have to name the mouse. Zero, because you're about to get whacked. Oh, we're about to get this storm. Yeah, because it is dark outside. It hasn't been getting dark outside till like 10:30 around here. I've never really noticed that before. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm on the way to Walmart. It's still daylight out. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not live. Everybody'd be arguing about what time it is. Like when we were covering the protests, we'd go to Portland. Everyone's like, this video's not real because it's light outside. No, it's just the left coast. It's still light out there. Zero Orange Mouse Trump. Oh, I didn't even think about that. He's got the Trump mouse. What a badass. My feed in Ohio gonna get hammered soon. I think we're gonna have to sit through this together, my feed. What are you saying, Stoner? If I leave, I'll get wetter than the lady hooligans when Jeff used to pop that shirt off. Holy. Didn't the what do they call it? Mythbusters? Didn't they figure out if you run in the rain that you either get wetter or you don't get as wet or something like that? I don't know. I don't recommend running in the rain because, yeah, you're trying to dodge the rain droplets, but when you slip and fall and bust your ass in the mud puddle, you're going to be really pissed off. So don't run in the rain. Appeal to heaven. We already have Michigan. I don't know why they said Michigan's a terrorist state. The only thing I could think of is that was alluding to Dearborn. Maybe that's just misthinking on my behalf, but curious. Metamouth, Rotella's live. I was thinking about rating Rotella. I try to do it at least once a week. Rotella's awesome. Kevin, you just learned not to raid out before the pledge. You didn't mess up. Well, both. Both is true. Stoner, I'm stuck in my gazebo. It's pouring Klauses and doggos out here and I'm stuck. Pray it away. I don't know what to say. Don't run. Don't run. Walk swiftly. Peyton, mighty white of you. What did I do? Otters, Klaus torturing that plastic rat in the corner. He actually loves these fish. And I don't remember. Oh yeah, we got him. We got him in the unboxing. These things. He loves these. He just sits there and just bunny kicks the shit out of him for hours. Ghostly, holy shit, Jeff has pants on. I do, just in case I had to get up. But don't tell anybody. Hey, thank you for being here, Metalmouth. Peyton Dearborn, yeah, that's what I thought. Back Frank, shirt off, missed that. When I first started live streaming, we were covering the protests, I never wore shirts because it's so damn hot in here that I can't handle it. Now I got 15 fans and an air conditioner, even though the air conditioner doesn't cool off the living room where I am right now. But yeah, all the live streams were like from here up, and all you could see was my soft shoulders. Yes. And people used to bitch all the time. They'd be like, you need to put a shirt on. I'm like, bitch, I'm in my living room, okay? Don't tell me when to wear a shirt in my own fucking living room. Like, what are you talking about? But now I got to cover up the boobies because YouTube went soft. Grinch's bro, was that a chapstick in your pocket? I'm not sure what all you guys were able to see. It's hard to say. Wayward, if you run at a 90-degree angle, you don't get wet. Straight up facts. That's true, Wayward. That's true. You got to run at a 90-degree angle. So, bust out the square and figure it out. Oh, we're happy to have you, Cass. You hooligans are cracking me up. Snooks, you can still not wear shirts. I can't. YouTube won't let me. They're going to say, put those boobies away and then hand me a strike. Who is Valerie? Plukester? I missed it. I think I'm just out of the loop on what you're talking about. I have to Google it. What's up, nice try? Happy freedom. Homie had braids, summer of love. Well, it wasn't braids, I had dreadlocks. And now my poor little hairs can't dread anymore. Gotta dread the butt hair. Have that butt fro going. It's good stuff. Did you guys cringe at me? You know you like that shit. Yes. Cast damn screw tube? I know. Censoring my boobies. Cass, it used to be crazy back in 2020. We'd be live. We were only live on YouTube. I'd get called the N-word and a Nazi in the same damn live. I'm like, fuck, I can't win. Anyways, it is that time once again, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, doing the thing. We did the pledge, so that means it is time to raid. Let's see. Salty's live, but I don't think he fixed his channel, so we can't raid him, of course. So I think we're going to raid Rotella, because he's live. He's showing Charlie Kirk right now. A lot of people are mad at Charlie Kirk because he's with Trump. He's like, oh yeah, don't ask about the Epstein stuff. And everybody's like, Charlie Kirk, are you on the list? And he's like, I told you to stop asking about the stuff. And all of that. Time for the raid.
So fired up about this, where our counter is we're actually not that interested in the person of Jeffrey Epstein. We're not. What we are.
I don't know why it froze. What do we gotta do? How do we fix it? This must be what you guys are always talking about. There we go.
Hi, Mr. Mac. What a great time to raid when Mr. Rotella's freaking losing his mind. Let's go. Let's go say hi to some. Let's go say hi to some hooligans before we continue on with this. We want. Thank you, Mr. Mac. Great raid, Mr. Mac. What great timing, my man. Awesome. We got Appeal to Heaven back inside the chat. We got Carasa inside the chat. Too Old to Care inside the chat. Jeff Mac inside the chat. Thank you, Mr. Mac. I appreciate you, sir. Bam. Love it, sir. We got Grinch inside the chat. What's up, Grinch? Nice to see you. Saga Pump has come in with the raid before. Ballyho, happy freedom. Rich Mello, Ballyho, happy freedom. My Feed Times, hello, nice to see you. Everybody give a nice Ballyho to the hooligans coming in. Jeff Mack has been fantastic sharing his audience with us. Ballyho to Mr. Mac, Ballyho to the hooligans, happy freedom. Happy freedom and Ballyho. You know, since sharing Mr. Mac did raid us, let's take a little peek at him. Domers, go give Mr. Mac a follow. The hooligans have always been so kind, always so nice when they come in. Always great stream etiquette from the hooligans. You wouldn't think it by the name, but they are great people. All right, guys, let's get back into it. We got Jeffrey Epstein. We got a fallout from Trump today. We're watching everything live inside the dome. Let's go back to it. Charlie Kirk reacts to Trump.
Rotella, what a badass. Another fantastic raid, you hooligans. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, reading through. Zero Saga Pup. You're not the only one that messes up names. Yeah, it happens. Snooks, can I call you Sir Mac? I mean, you could if you want to. Russell, good raid. I agree. It's fantastic. What's up, Weevo? Happy Freedom. Look, I'm on both. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was 2-boxing streams. Dual streaming. How about that? Dual streaming. Cheeky Chops, raid all hookers. I haven't found any hookers yet. I don't know about hookers. I haven't seen any. You find hookers, you let me know. We'll start raiding them. We'll do the thing. What's up, Bobby Johnson? Happy Freedom. Bobby, I don't know what you're saying. Badass. I'd rather watch Ivanka Trump shave her legs. If you say so. I don't know where those thoughts come from. Zero Storms will be here in about an hour. Be safe, hooligans. Yeah, everybody needs to be safe. Don't be too scared of what the news said. Just be prepared. What's up, Gonzo? Happy Freedom. Magic Moon joining us over here on Rumble. You guys are awesome. Kevin, did you guys hit the like button on Buddy's channel? I did. Yeah, see, and I should remind you guys to do that. I figure you guys just know because I tell you to hit the like button all the time. It makes a huge difference. I haven't had this speech in a long time. I used to do this all the time. I don't ask you guys to hit the like button because I have frail vanity, right? I have low self-esteem. That's not why I ask you to hit the like button. It makes a huge difference to the algorithm. And especially on Rumble, where they're a brand new baby of a platform, having that kind of engagement really dictates your exposure and how the rest of the platform sees you. If you come across the live and it has no likes, your first impression is that it's not a very good live. So why would you go there, right? But like I said, it dictates your exposure too. So if you have a lot of likes, it will help you get shown to people who have never seen you before, and they're more inclined to come in, hop in the chat, and see what's going on because it's got a bunch of likes. So when I tell you guys to hit the like button, there's actual purpose behind it. It's not that I have low self-esteem. I used to remind everyone about that, and it's been a couple years since I have, so now you guys know. Either way, reading through, and like I said, we're wrapping this up. Zero Toasty. Well, Toasty's not a hooker. Toasty is just free-spirited. Let's put it like that. She likes showing off the goods. I think that's a nice way to put it. Toasty's always been nice to me. I would never want to say anything to disrespect her in any way. She seems very cool. All right, hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I really appreciate all of you. Go out in the world, get some good food. I know I'm going to try and do the same. Be safe. Whether you got bad weather or not, just be safe. We know the world's a tough place, right? We covered a lot of harsh stories today. So be safe out in the world. And make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.